Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Doing good. I like that Dear Agony CD you got back there.
Oh yes, sir. I got three of celebrating the new release. We got Dark Before
Dude,
Dawn, Phobia, and Dear Agony.
hell yeah. I have not so I've listened to the new song like once, but that breakdown at the very end of the song was so
It was
infectious.
like Doom, like the Doom
Yeah.
soundtrack. That was crazy. Didn't expect that at
Yeah,
all.
I yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would never expect something like that out of Breaking Benjamin, but
So glad they're back,
thank you.
man. It was a great song, dude. So good.
Dude, it was a long time that they were gone from like what years was it? Like I think they took a hiatus in, like, '09, like, pretty much after Dear Agony came out, and they
Yep.
came back in 2015.
Yeah, they had that
I
whole
was at
thing
one.
where they were arguing over the rights to the band and everything, and band ended up getting the whole thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I was at one of their, like, very first comeback shows. They played, are you familiar with Point Fest in St. Louis?
Yes, sir.
So, I saw them headline Point Fest in 2015 with Seether and Chevelle. It was a crazy
That's
year.
sick.
It was
That's sick.
yeah.
Oh man, it's awesome to have you, man. I will warn you, this is my very first time doing an interview, so this is gonna be a little jagged here. But
No, it's all good, dude.
super happy to have you
I'm not
here.
very good at them.
Huh?
I'm not very good at them, honestly.
Have you done a lot of them?
I've only done 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Is my mic okay? Too loud, too quiet, anything like that?
Oh, yeah, you sound perfect. How
All
do I
right.
sound?
Sound good, man. You sound good. Sound good.
Cool.
All right. So I got a list of questions for you here. So firstly, dude, I want to congratulate you guys on your EP that just came out. That's pretty cool. That just came out yesterday while we're doing this. I'd love to get you guys some listens on that. So you guys watching this on YouTube, go check out this new EP. It is called, I got you guys on Spotify here. Greater Picture Paranoia. Dude, one of my questions is actually going to be if you guys have in the works like an album or anything, and then you guys drop this EP. So
I think the plan is we're just gonna do another EP. Like, we're already halfway through it. We have 2 songs, like, fully recorded, but we have no idea, like, when they're gonna come out.
right.
But, we just have to get all those songs recorded first, and then we'll start talking about, like, a proper release schedule and everything. But, yeah, for in terms of, like, new music, like, I have some stuff, like, I would be thrilled to show you, but not anybody else, no. But,
Hell yeah, dude!
yeah,
I'm
but
gonna when I get the chance, I'm gonna do an album reaction to it. It's 6 songs. I know 2 of them, but I'd love to listen to the whole thing in full and get that out on YouTube and get it some listens.
that'd be such a sick video, yeah,
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 man.
thank you for wanting to do that, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
hell yeah, man. So yeah, let me get my questions here. I've thought long and hard about these. So a lot of people who are probably watching this video may not know of Hang Your Hate. So a lot of people, when they're getting into a band, they want to know what the name's about. So Hang Your Hate, what's that mean, man? What's that mean?
I think it might be easier to tell the story about how it came to be as well. So, basically, like, me and Brent and basically the original 3 of Hang Your Hate is me, Brent, our drummer, and Ryan, our guitar player. And then we had 2 older members, and, like, one big topic was, like, we were starting to, like, finally play and practice enough to where it's like, "Alright, like, we gotta form a name." And I always thought that we were gonna be more, like, hardcore, so I came up with the name Hang Your Body,
Oh, all
and
right.
then everyone in the band was like, "No, no, no." But, like, I think Brent was like yeah, it was Brent, he was just like, "Why don't we just call it Hang Your Hate?" And Hang Your Hate is just a positive message, and, like, one thing that we actively try to promote at our shows is a good time and an accepting and welcoming environment, and I don't know, I think the name just kinda speaks for itself, like, we want all of our listeners and all the people associated with us to, like, feel welcome and, I don't know, don't feel like they have to have, like, a wall up. They should always be able to let their guard down,
I,
be
I,
who they are.
I kind of took it as like when you show up to one of your shows, leave all that shit outside, come here for a good time, leave it leave
That's
it at the
also
doors. Yeah.
I honestly, I think that's what our drummer says whenever he gets asked that question.
It's
But I think that it means so many different things.
right. Yeah, it can be interpreted in a lot of ways, but it's a very intriguing name. I remember whenever I saw Saint Asonia was coming here and Hanger Hate come up, I was like, "Who the fuck is Hanger Hate?" And I was like, "That's a sick name, yo. Who are these people?" And then I
Thank you.
Yeah, I played the song "Hang Your Hate," which I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Like a song named after the band. That's super cool. And just getting fucked up with the heaviness, I was like, "Yo, this band is playing with Saint Asonia. This is sick." And then I was actually pleasantly surprised. Sorry to cut you off again, but I was really surprised to hear how like much rock you guys have, which is not a bad thing at all. I love that.
Right. Well, yeah, man. I think the reason we wrote "Hang Your Hate" was just like we wanted like a chant song, just because it's like "Hang Your Hate" is such an easy show ender, and it's fun, and people go crazy for it. But basically, like I think Brant was just like, we just need like a chant song or a drummer, and then like we wrote that up. We wrote up that little ditty, and honestly, it's like one of my favorite things, or one of my favorite songs, I'd say. And it has some of my favorite lyrics. I would say, "You painted the whole world black for a negative fill." And yeah, I don't know why that one speaks to me so much, but I love singing that live.
It's super smart coming out to that song, because especially like I went with my girlfriend, and obviously we hadn't known you guys. I had listened to the song "Hang Your Hate" before going to the show, but I didn't listen to anything else. And when you guys opened with that song, it like I could see all the people around me who hadn't heard you guys before. They were already chanting those lyrics like right in, and that gets the crowd interacting, and everyone's already having a good time. So that's just super cool. But yeah, so yeah, you kind of already talked about your band members. You got, what was it, Brian and
Brent is our drummer.
So how did you come to meet all your band members, man? How did you guys form this thing?
This is a fun story. So it's weird, man. It really feels like the stars aligned somehow. But basically, when I first moved to Columbia, I was like a struggling freelancer, and I met up with this guy. His name's Josh Reynolds. Shout out Josh. And he had, or still has, I think, this local soul music collective. So basically, like, he was the leader and he was like the singer of it all. But Ryan, our guitar player, was like the guitar player for the soul project, like soul R&B, like R&B hip hop. So anyways, like I met up with Josh and he knew that I was like filming, or like I was a filmer, and then he's like, "Hey man, you should come by and like film our jams and film our shows." And I was like, "Absolutely, like I'd love to do that." And the very first person in Hang Your Hate I ran into was Brent, because he was wearing an Avenged Sevenfold shirt, I think. And then I walked up to him. I was like, "Yo, dude, I saw them once. They were crazy." And he's like, "Oh, no way." It's like, I saw them too. And then immediately like that, like we just became friends.
Clicked immediately. Like, that's sick, dude.
But I didn't like, I met Luke, our guitar player. I met Dylan, our bass player. And I met Ryan, but like I didn't really like know them yet. It was mainly just Brent. But yeah, I told Brent, I was like, "Yeah, dude, like I screamed," because like I had an older band named Uncivil, but we never played shows.
Right.
But I told him, I was like, "Yeah, I sing and scream," and he's like, "Oh, I drum, like I'm looking to start a band." So we just started hanging out, and honestly, for probably like the first month and a half of me and Brent being friends, like I want to say all we did was just like bullshit. I don't know if we ever played music, but it was just fun to hang out. But yeah, I love telling this story. But anyways, so you know, we start jamming with Ryan, and then yeah, I mean, basically that's how it came to be. Like I just kind of met up with them randomly. Like I had no idea that the people that I met that night I was gonna like start playing the Blue Note with.
Yeah, dude. Look at you guys now. That's crazy. It's so cool to hear how artists start, and now you guys got like a full-on band going now. And
oh, I love it.
Dude, and I said it when I first met you after the show. I came up to the desk and shook your hand and talked to you for a little bit. I see so much potential in you guys, and not saying that in a way that like, you guys aren't already doing crazy good right now. I'm just saying you guys like deserve so much more listeners and credit. You guys are great, really.
That's very nice. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. That kind of leads me to my next question when you were talking about, you know, having a past band and all that, is how and when did you first get into the rock/metal scene? Was it like your parents kind of raised you up on the music, or was like a friend in school? Yeah.
Dude, wait, move your head a little bit.
What?
Phobia? That's what I was raised on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Breaking Benjamin is my gateway band.
Really?
Yep.
Mine is, well, I wouldn't say like, I guess, what do you mean by gateway, I guess? Like that was the band that got you into rock in general?
Yeah, so like I mean, this is about you, not about me, but I got into rock and metal through my sister who grew up within like a circle of metalheads, and then like my whole childhood she was playing that shit around me. My parents, they hate metal music, so I was always kind of like turned off to it until like I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. I started listening to it by myself, and I remember hearing fucking I think a crawling off of Dear Agony, or crawl. I remember hearing that. Yeah, dude. And I was like, that just opened the door, man. I found so many bands that I remember that day. I had an old iPod Touch and was on fucking iTunes just playing shit, and found like all my favorite bands that are still my favorite bands today. So, yeah, dude. Breaking sick.
Awesome. And also, yeah, you said, I know the podcast is about me, but I'm pretty sure your viewers want to know about you too. Or maybe they already do.
I talk too much, maybe man. They know too much about me. I talk all the damn time. But yeah, man. So that's cool. So you're raised on Phobia and other bands, obviously, and albums.
Yeah. So I guess my gateway band would have to be 3 Days Grace, hands down. They were like, Adam Gontier, dude. Like, he just really spoke to me at a very young age. And it's so crazy that we got to share the stage. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him that night, but I believe in a future of we will meet one day. So I'm excited for that. Regardless, it was such a dream come true to like share the stage with such a legend, bro.
I'm gonna manifest it right now, man. You are gonna meet Adam someday. It's gonna happen. You guys are. You're gonna play some huge festival someday, and you're gonna meet him, man. Dude, back with 3 Days Grace, huh? Crazy.
2X. I have my own opinion about it. Right. I kind of just wish Matt would take a step back. And it's no disrespect to him at all. I think he's great. But I wish he would take a step back. Do you know My Darkest Days?
Yes, sir.
His old band.
Yeah.
So when I was 10, I saw My Darkest Days open up for 3 Days Grace in Raleigh, Missouri. And I loved My Darkest Days. Like, dude, Porn Star Dancing, great song. Loved it. But anyways, like, I just wish that he would take a step back and like try to get that vibe in again. But I do think it's cool. The reunion is super neat. No band has done what they're about to do. But I really wish they were just going on their own headline tour as well.
It's going to be interesting, too, vocalists sharing that room. And, like, you got to imagine there's going to be some, like, ego in there, too, where they're going to, like, who's going to do what parts and who's going to have this much vocal room and stuff. I'm curious on, like, if they're going to do, like, an EP or an album altogether, if it's just going to be, like, one song. Because everyone's thinking it's going to be this huge thing where I feel like it's just going to be, like, this one song. I don't know.
Okay. Wait, what gives you that hunch?
It's too good to be true. We're not getting a whole album.
Okay.
I don't think he's staying.
Yeah, I've read though that I feel like I've read in like Loudwire and stuff that it's an album. Is that not true?
And I haven't done enough research. I've just seen all the stuff. So if there is an album, that's cool.
They've been writing and stuff, but yeah, dude, it would be exciting. But like back to what you said about like egos and like which part are we going to sing and all that. Like that's going to be complicated. Like I have a lot of questions, and I'm excited to see it unravel.
Well, see, Matt's gotten so much hate over the years, man. I mean, he is like, he's at this point, he's been in the band for over 10 fucking years, almost 15 years or something like that. Like he is a part of this band now. He's not just the new guy, right? And I think it's clear that he's not as good as Adam, whatever good means. I think everyone just likes Adam more, me included. But, like, Matt has some crazy good qualities. My biggest takeaway between the two is I think Matt has way better harsh vocals. Like, he screams really fucking good. Yeah. And, like,
he does.
And it's not that Adam doesn't scream good. It's just I think Adam doesn't like it as much as Matt might.
Right. So that would be a good balance there. Yeah. Dude, there's one 3 Days Grace song that Adam originally wrote that Matt does live. I forget what it is. But I think about it often, like, because, like, in my opinion, like, not all of the 3 Days Grace live footage that I watch with Matt is, like, astonishing and, but, like, sometimes, like, there's a few in there that, like, he'll sing, and I'm just like, damn, I'm like, I would love an actual studio version of him singing this.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's not bad. I mean, that's, like, everyone's biggest take is that he's not great live. From what I've seen, he's not bad at all. Like, dude, when he screams the ending of Riot, like, he gives that shit. He gives it. So, I don't know.
Did you listen to those 3 songs they put out back in the day? Because, like, dude, I remember, like, I think 3 Days Grace broke up 2013.
Yep.
So I was 12 at that time, and, like, I would be on my dad's laptop, and I remember when that article broke out, it was like 3 Days Grace broken up, and that but they announced, like, Matt was gonna join the band or whatever, and in the article, they had 3 MP3s that you could download and listen to, and I think one of them was World So Cold that but, like, all 3 songs Matt re-recorded. So I think it was World So Cold, Riot, and
Wow.
something else, I
I've
forget.
not seen that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you could probably go find him on YouTube because, me being 12 years old, like, I was always asking the question, I was just like, "Are they just gonna go back and, like, redo the albums?" Like, like, I never knew, but, you know, I guess that would be cool, like, to hear him do, like, Burn or something. Dude,
Yeah.
actually, I think that's what it was. I think
Oh
he
yeah.
re-recorded Burn. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do. Whatever happens, I'll just be happy to hear Adam on a 3 Days Grace track. I mean, honestly, Saint Asonia is basically 3 Days Grace, just a different band. So like, I don't expect it to sound completely different, but I think there will be a cool dynamic with the 2 vocalists, especially if Matt does some screaming or whatever. But yeah, okay. Moving on from that, I guess you kind of already answered this, but who was your favorite band growing up, and who's your favorite band now?
Growing up, it was 3 Days
Yeah,
Grace, like we were talking about. Um, I don't know if I really have a favorite band right now, which is, like, kinda weird to say, but I guess if I did have to pick one, it would be Every Time I Die because, back in I found them in, like, junior high, I think, and they have this song called It Remembers. I don't know if you've ever listened to Every Time I Die. I
like
encourage it.
yeah, I haven't done like a whole dive. I've heard a couple songs. Yeah,
Gotcha. But Keith Buckley is the vocalist for that band, and that's the dude that has given me, like, the most inspiration behind my own lyric writing, just because, like, I don't know what it is, but it's like that album Low Teens that he did, it's just real. It's all real,
right.
and, like, I just related with that so much. But, yeah, and I guess, like, I'm kind of like a little Keith Buckley, uh, copycat, and no, I mean, not really, but, like, I always try to be as real as he is, and, like, he gave me a lot of inspiration, like, whenever that album came out, and, like, when I first started, like, diving into it. So, for a long time, Every Time I Die was my band, like, the music couldn't be loud enough, honestly, like, it was just so good, and I'm still pretty much obsessed with, like, all of their discography, but the sad thing that happened with Every Time I Die is that and they broke up in 2021. So I was at their very last tour, and you could just tell on stage that there was, like, a weird eeriness. So, like,
Mm,
I don't know, it's kinda hard to be fans of them now just because of, like, knowing all the lore and, like, what happened to 'em. Like, it just sucks
right.
because the lead singer in particular, he's kinda like, it kinda sucks. It's like Keith Buckley, the guy I'm talking about, uh, I don't know, I don't wanna say bad things, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
All
But,
right, I'll have to do some diving into them, but it's pretty neat how the questions I ask you, you're pretty much answering future questions that I have for you.
yeah, dude,
No, no,
I'm
no,
ruining
no.
the
So yeah, we loved your guys' set with Saint Asonia. Like I've mentioned before, my girlfriend was there, and she's like been a fan of metal, but like not as she would never classify herself as a metalhead or anything. So and like I want to let you guys know she fucking loved your guys' show as someone who isn't crazy into metal and rock. She fucking loved
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys. And
that's sick, man.
we loved the whole set. But a highlight for me, man, was the "Blow Me Away" cover, dude. That shit was so cool.
Yeah.
Um, and One Step Closer, they were like both so good, and like in like the least disrespectful way, I find One Step Closer to be like a very cliche song to be covered live. Like every
Yeah,
band
yeah,
does it. You guys killed it.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong. But when you
thank
guys
you.
played one "Blow Me Away," I was like, "Oh fuck yes, this is fucking incredible." Yes, and so that leads me to my question: what are some other songs you guys might do in the future live covering?
I'll answer that question, but I just wanna tell you this real quick. So, the guy that shot our Sharp Pains video, his name's Jay Pelzer, he made a joke to me one day. He was like, "I think it's hilarious that you guys cover One Step Closer because that's the equivalent of, like, a band doing Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Yeah. I mean, you guys did
Shout out,
great.
Jay.
You guys did great though. It was great.
But sorry, what was your question again? I forgot.
What is a song or songs that you guys plan to cover live in the future?
When's this gonna come out? Because I can give you some songs that we plan on covering at our next show.
When's your next show?
The 26th at Rose Music Hall in Columbia.
I could have this come out like the day after if you want.
Or day of. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me really. But songs that we plan on covering, I've been throwing around Black Honey by Thrice a lot.
Okay.
And I love Thrice. They're great. But typically, like, it seems like we always favor, like, I don't know, bands like Avenged Sevenfold and System of a Down. I don't think we did System of a Down at the Blue Note that night with Saint Asonia, but every year we do a System of a Down cover show at the Blue Note.
I've seen that. I haven't attended, but I've seen the Facebook posts of that.
Yeah, and it's always a blast. And basically, like, I don't know, it's really nice to have like 20 System of a Down songs in your back pocket. You know, it's like you can just whip out any of them at any time. So we do a lot of like System of a Down covers. But yeah, dude, I'm trying to think. Like, we just know a lot of songs, and I guess we don't really learn new ones just because we're so focused on writing anyway.
Right. Well,
and like that's what we try to focus our shit on. But I don't know. We actually need to have a conversation about that because I think in February we're going to be playing a show at Cafe Berlin. And we like to keep this a rare thing, but we like to do acoustic sets sometimes. Like there's one on YouTube of like we are completely like stripped down. So we're gonna do that again with a band called North by North. And yeah, I think we're probably gonna try to do like a Nirvana song this time.
Oh, you could do Rain by Breaking Benjamin. That'd be sick.
That's a good idea, bro. Yeah, we'll do that just for you. I'll say that to the band. But then also, like, it doesn't seem like you've seen that video, but like we have a whole acoustic set on YouTube. It's like 30 minutes. But what made that so cool was I came up with this idea because like we were in the same tuning. So I was like, guys, like, why don't we just like take the whole set list, write them on pieces of paper, and have people walk up to the stage and like bucket pull names. So like I don't know, it's super cool. It's like I'm calling up my friends. I'm just like, "Yo, Austin, like come over here." And then
That's
like,
neat.
he grabs like a song out of the cup that I had. And yeah, I don't know. And like it's cool that way just because it's intimate anyways, but it's also an interactive experience for the people.
Yeah, dude,
that's
cool. Well, back to the like the cover thing. I think it's obviously super fun for you guys to play songs from, Linkin Park, Breaking Ben, and all these other bands. But I think it's also super smart for people who may not know your band or your music attending those shows that they get to participate in those songs that they most likely know because they're huge songs. So I think that's super. But yeah, okay. This is probably my favorite question here, man. So I've done a comment or two on your guys' Facebook post about this. But what is your most embarrassing moment on stage?
Oh shit. Me dropping the microphone at Saint Asonia was pretty bad.
I loved it.
Other than that, so I'm not trying to call this band out, but last night I went to St. Louis to watch Inimical Drive. They're great. You should check them out. But they had this band opening called The Doubted. And he dropped his mic. And I was like, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that does that shit. But yeah, dropping the mic at San Antonio was pretty bad because I tried to be cool, throwing the microphone stand in the air. I just need like a better clip because I do like that stage gimmick. It's fun.
Oh yeah, it's good, but, and you nailed it a few times. It's just that one time.
Yeah, but dude, speaking of that, our drummer's girlfriend, Anna, she's super nice, but she was taking a video of that, and she got a video of me dropping it on the stage, and literally you can hear her in the background go like, why did he do that?
Dude, so like you would keep doing it, and every time I was like, "Oh my god, he is gonna drop it one of these times." And every time I'd be like, "No, please don't do it!" And then he'd do it again, and it finally happened. And it was honestly so entertaining, though. It was so good.
Honestly, dude, it's like you can be embarrassed for a little bit, but like when things happen like that, you really just gotta shrug it off and just be like, "Yeah, that shit happens." And you know what? I'll say this: that's how you know it's real. I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I'd much rather you be doing that shit than standing completely still, singing into the mic,
Yes.
not having a good time. You're having fun, putting on a show.
Right.
But that leads me to a story for you. Shortly after that Saint Asonia show, my girlfriend, she goes to school at Mizzou, and
Yeah.
she had a TA for one of her classes who had a Hang Your Hate shirt on, and she ended up talking to him, and they were actually talking about you dropping the mic the night before or whatever it was, and he told my girlfriend, like, obviously I wasn't there for the story, so I just have heard what she told me, but she told me that he told her that he had been to a couple Hang Your Hate shows, and one time you spilt his beer on him.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know who the guy is. Was I in the crowd?
I don't know. I barely heard anything about it, but I thought that, but like, just so you know, when he told my girlfriend this, it wasn't like a upset thing. Like, he was laughing and everything. So
because there was one night where it was like when Hang Your Hate was like first starting out, I think. I was in the crowd and my buddy's band, My Twins, was on Rose's stage. You should check out My Twins, by the way. Great local band. But anyways, they were playing, and like back in the day, I always used to be the instigator in the mosh pit, dude. Like, I wanted to start it, I wanted to crowd surf. Nowadays, not so much, just because I need to take care of my body for when I do perform. But anyways, I remember like I was jumping up and down and I fucking knocked this guy and I spilt a beer all over him, and like he wanted to fight me, but then I was like, dude, like, just let me get you like a free t-shirt. So I don't know if he happened to bring that up. But yeah, we ended up being cool though. He was a nice guy.
I think maybe that is what he was talking about. That was probably him. Like
Yeah.
It's been a few months, so I don't remember. I wasn't there for the story. It was relayed to me, so it was kind of like a
right.
But okay, that's super sick. Okay, so now every time you answer something, it kind of leads me into the next question. Great segues, man. So what show that you have attended as a fan has been your favorite?
Ooh, I've seen a lot of bands, bro. I don't know though. I mean, I obviously like seeing Every Time I Die for the first time. I saw them at Furnace Fest because I got in. Well, like, I didn't get to go see them in high school just because I was always doing other shit. But I saw them at Furnace Fest in 2021, and they were like basically like one of the headlining slots that weekend. And dude, just like the way that the crowd moved around, it was like this weird wave because people were going so crazy. It's like we were all jam packed, and I don't know. That was a incredible experience. But out of my favorite shows, like, I feel like 3 Days Grace and 2011, that was pretty monumental for me. But best band I've ever seen live, dude, and this is kind of a weird one, but I swear to God, has to be 311.
Really?
Yeah, like they sound just like their records. It's crazy. And there was another band a while back that I saw that I thought the same thing. I forget who it is though. Um I don't know, there's just been like a lot of big shows that honestly, dude, this band that we're friends with out of Texas, they're called Post Profit.
Yep.
Every single time I see them, I love it. It's just they blow me away every time. Their energy is just so fucking good, and they're just like chillax guys.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I was at the Nothing More show at the end of
Right.
August, and this is like a random just thing that has nothing to do with the video, but I assume you were there, right?
Yeah.
Were you on the lower balcony on the left side taking pictures? Like, I knew that was you. I saw you, and I wanted to yell your name, and I knew it was you. I just couldn't tell from like without seeing your face.
I was across the street from you at that bar called Son of a Gun, and I saw you and your girlfriend walking in, but I was like having a beer, and I was like, maybe I'll see him later. But
yeah, I saw you taking pictures, and I was like, I think that's Garrett, but I don't want to yell at him and then not be him and it'd be fucking weird. So, anyway,
fun story though. Fun story about Post Profit. Like, we've played 2 shows with them, one in St. Louis, one in Kansas City. And like now it's getting to the point to where like we're starting to be friends and stuff. But what really cemented it was I offered them. I was like, yo, like, I see that your first date of the tour is Columbia. I was like, I have a pretty big house, like, if you guys want to crash here. So they came the yeah, the night before the Nothing More show, and they crashed in my living room. All great guys, like the fucking crew. And then the next night after the show, it was Matt's birthday, and and then we went over to the Hang Your Hate house, and so we got to just like hang out with them
That's
for like
so
2
sick.
days.
Yo,
Just
collab,
good.
collab.
What's
That's
that?
collab. That's gotta happen. That's gotta
I
happen,
really I don't know which song I want to have Matt on yet, but one day I'm gonna ask him if he would do a guest
dude.
verse.
When he came out for "Don't Stop" with "Nothing More" for Jacoby Shaddix's part, that
Yeah.
like I don't know why I didn't expect that, but when he came out, I was like, that is so fucking sick. That was sick.
Dude, Matt kills it every time. One thing that was a little jarring for me though, not in a bad way, but like every single time I've seen Post Profit, he's always playing guitar. And then the very first song they did at the Blue Note with Nothing More back in when was that? June? Anyway. Um, but yeah, he comes out on stage with no guitar, and I'm just like, what's going on? But then he like busted it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, at first I was so surprised. But that song they played first isn't out yet, but it's so damn good.
Yeah,
It's so damn good.
before I saw them live of Nothing More, I recorded a reaction because whenever I know I'm going to see a band live, I try to react to them before. That way, I don't ruin the chance to react to them.
Right.
But I have so many videos I'm editing right now, so I haven't actually put it out yet. But I reacted to Smother. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I have
Nice.
I've reacted to that. So
Dude, they're the fucking nicest guys, man. And what's cool is that like, we're friends and stuff, but like I genuinely love their music. And it's
yeah,
just like cool to have like people like that in your corner. Like that new song, Too Toxic, and the music video for it, it's just great.
that was pretty
And
cool.
and they pass along like valuable knowledge to us too. I mean, like it's not like we talk all the time, but it's like I can hit them up and just be like, hey, like what's I don't know if I have questions about
Right,
stuff, and they're always super responsive and positive about it. But anyway, I'm rambling.
dude, go for it, man. So another live show question: who is a band that you haven't seen that you would love to?
um, Man, I will say this: anytime I want to see a band, I do it. So I don't know. Can they just be like non-existent?
Sure.
Or does it like, okay, so I would like, if I had a time machine, like, I would love to go back and watch Nirvana play in St. Louis. The only time they played Missouri. Like, that's what I would want.
Okay.
And then now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna think of something later.
Right.
Like, no, I want this instead. But, yeah, Nirvana would be kick-ass. I'd really like to I don't know. That's kind of a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I don't have anything that's just, like, on top of my head, but Nirvana for
Okay.
sure. I haven't seen Foo Fighters yet.
Hmm.
I'd like to see Foo Fighters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So other than rock and metal, what's your favorite music genre?
I really like reggae. I
Okay.
really like reggae. And this is kinda weird too, but just yesterday, I was on a shoot, and we were shooting at, like, a furniture store, so, like, they had some, like, yacht rock playing on the speaker, like, the overheads, and then, like, dude, all day, like, I couldn't help it, I was, like, vibing. I was like, "This shit is, like, chill," and it's I don't know. So, I don't know, like, maybe I'm starting to become a yacht rock guy because, like, I put on Steely Dan for my ride to St. Louis yesterday, and that's what I listened to the whole time.
I love that. I don't know if you'd classify it as reggae or ska or whatever, but in Red Yarn, I love that
The reggae
funky.
part, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that being implemented in there. It was super fresh sounding. That's a sick song. That's
Thank you, dude. Yeah.
That's definitely. I will say I think there's maybe like two songs out of your guys' catalog I have not listened to yet because I'm so weird when it comes to music. As a reactor and who reviews music,
Yeah.
I don't listen to new music that I haven't heard because I don't want to ruin the chance to make videos on it and stuff. So,
Okay.
but that
That's
night,
good, okay.
that night after the Saint Asonia show, on our way back to our apartment, we like played all your guys' songs beside like two. So yeah, Red Yarn's definitely one of my favorites out of your guys' catalog. It's sick.
Thank you, man. And that music video, thank you for reacting for that too.
Yeah, man.
That's that meant a lot to us. But yeah, dude, the video was such a blast. That was 2 days of production. I think I want to say off top of my head, like we did 9 different locations just for like a 3-minute long
Dude, that's
video.
so cool. Like, I have so many like ambitions and dreams in life, and I'm already 20, and I'm still trying to catch up with all the shit I want to do in my life. But I would love someday to be a part of like directing videos and shit like that. Like, I want to like dip my hand into all kinds of shit like that.
Right. Dude, well, I think you're on the right path. I mean, like you're already making content and like you were networking with people like me and then like, well, you said this is your first interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like you're just going to keep that ball rolling. Like you'll interview me, like maybe you'll get a hold of Post Profit someday or Oxymorons, just like, and then like you keep that ball rolling and I don't know. I think where you really need to start with if you want to like work on video sets, like how I did it was like I quit my old job and I luckily had enough money saved up to like give it a real try. So now I can like go out on jobs, but essentially what I had to do was like save up like 8 months of salary so
Right.
I could like live off of that and then become a freelancer. So yeah, I don't know, but everyone's way of doing things is different. It's like I have no like clear or real answer, but I don't know, man. I say like just start like buy a camera, just start making fun things, and then you'll get there.
Appreciate that, man. I swear you
Yeah.
are the perfect seguer without doing it on purpose. Every answer leads into my next question. So to break away from music for a little bit, because I have drowned you with music questions, what are
Yeah.
some other passions and hobbies you got in life, man? Obviously, you do some directing. I know you do some photography stuff, right?
So I will take photos, but I'm not really like I'm not a guy that will be like, I'll shoot your wedding or like anything like that. Like I'll do band photos and the intention behind them is like I don't even really know how to work my camera, but like I just like to make grungy art, you know? Like I know how to work a video camera, not all of them, but like I own a Sony FX3 and I know my way around that. So I know how to like make a beautiful image. That sounded so cocky. I know how to make a good looking image and I'm pretty familiar with like lighting and stuff like that. Like that's what I do on film sets. I don't work on film sets. I mainly just like do like short 30-second commercials. But yeah, like basically like I'll be in the lighting department and like they call it a gaffer or a
Okay.
grip. But anyways, like that's basically what I do for my career. But other hobbies that I have, honestly, man, I love just watching new stuff on TV. I know that sounds lame, but like I always find that like listening to new music and watching new TV shows, like I'm a big drama guy,
Okay.
and like whatever that looks like, that always strikes some sort of inspiration for me. Like we have a new song on the EP called Riggin Thompson, and Riggin Thompson is a character out of this movie called Birdman, and Michael Keaton stars in it. So, yeah, I don't know, and that's just a little sliver of, like, what I mean, like, that's inspiration.
Right.
Like, I
Cool.
pulled that from movies, so it's like, I do a lot of, I don't know, just research, I guess. So, like, after I watch a movie, like, the very first thing I do is, like, go to the Wikipedia page and, like, read about the production and then stuff like that,
That's
and
super
I do
cool.
the same thing with music too. Like, whenever I find a new band, I always go to the Wikipedia page, and then I have to know, like, everything about them. Like, it's kind of a weird, like weird ADHD, like, obsessive thing that I got. I don't know. I guess that's what it is.
Okay, I hear
But
you. That's super cool because you're not only do you have something where you can relax and pass time, watching TV or a movie or whatever, but you can use it and have it implemented into your own art. So it's like
right,
you're I don't know what word to use, but you're getting more out of it than just watching a TV show.
totally. And I guess I'll say this, I don't get to do this all the time though, but I love kayaking in the summer. That's my favorite thing.
Okay, so I'm a big fisherman. I love
Oh,
fishing,
okay. Oh,
and my girlfriend's family has always been a huge kayaking family. Like they go on these crazy fucking trips where they go on these rivers that like go on for fucking days or whatever, like crazy
yeah,
shit I've
yeah, yeah.
never heard of. And and like for a couple years now that I've been with my girlfriend, they've like been trying to like not, they haven't tried to like force me or anything or like, but they've always kind of like mentioned like, okay, you got to go on a kayaking trip with us soon, like we got to make a big thing out of it. And there was never been a time where they like mentioned it and I was like, yeah, no, but it's kind of just haven't happened, like everyone's had a lot going
Yeah,
on. But I definitely like I want to go to a lake somewhere where there isn't moving water and just start there, because I've never been in one. Never been in one.
Dude, it's really not as bad. Well, I mean, like you could start out on a river. Like the one that I float all the time is the Gasconade because that's where I grew up. So like, and that river is super easy. It's not just like crazy rapids and shit. But like, I don't know what kind of rivers your girlfriend's family are going to, but it sounds crazy.
Yeah, I don't fucking know either. It's like some movie shit, Journey to the End of the World. Yeah, right. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, hit me up next summer. I'll take you on a float trip down to the Gasconade in my hometown. And I have all sorts of friends. I have all sorts of friends that live along the river, so it's like I can put in anywhere and then I can take out anywhere. It's sick.
Oh, that's cool. So, that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to get into that. But okay, cool. Those are some hobbies from Garrett here. All right, back to music because that's what we're here for, right? How long have you been writing songs, man?
I guess I've always come up with parts in my head as like a kid. So it doesn't necessarily mean like I wrote it down on paper, but like, I would like I feel like since such a young age, like I would develop a hook in my head and I would sing it. And then I would just start to like sing my own songs and stuff like that. And I don't even know what I would talk about. But I do know that I have old songs from like 12 years old, like old lyrics. What's funny actually, so this song that we just released, it's called Breaking Through. I have this chorus that goes like, damn it. Whenever I put myself on the spot, I always forget my lyrics. Let's look at it. Damn it. I think I was breaking through, but your shadow started to hide in the outline to make a picture new. Like I say something like that. And I wrote that when I was like 15.
Okay.
And I don't know why I keep old lyrics around like that, but like sometimes it's just like whenever it fits, And that's just kind of what that song called for at the time. And I don't know, I'm really proud of all the lyrics on this new EP. But when it comes to like writing guitar stuff, I'm not like an amazing guitar player. I actually started out on drums.
Hey.
So like I was a drummer from like 11. I mean, I still am a drummer. Like once you're a drummer, I feel like you're always one. But I started really focusing on drums at like 10 or 11. And then it just kind of fizzled off because like Every Time I Die was the band that made me start screaming in my car. And then like once I started to develop a scream, I was like, like maybe I can do this instead. And then I just started singing. And because I'll be honest, I had a lot of friends from my high school that have admitted to me now, they're like, dude, you were so much better at singing than you used to be. Because apparently, like, it was laughable at sometimes. Which it's like, I feel like sometimes, like, my singing is still laughable. But yeah, people would just kind of pat me on the back and they're like, "You're doing good, buddy." Like,
I think that's super cool because there's so many like iconic vocalists who like didn't start off as singers. Like, I say that, but I can only think of a few. But you got like Johnny Hawkins of Nothing More. He started off as the drummer, and then you got like
really?
He started off as a drummer, and there's Chris Motionless and Motionless in White. He started off as a guitar player. Danny Warstomp, Asking Alexandria, guitar player. All these like super iconic vocalists who started off not singing. So that's interesting to hear. We're gonna talk about you someday like that, man. When you're fucking huge, we're gonna be like, he was a drummer. He was a drummer, man.
That's well. So I guess I was a drummer, and I had one first band. It was called this. This is such a stupid name, but we were called the Surround Sounds.
Oh.
And like, dude, I don't know. It's just like saying that out loud though. There's something that just like really clicks in my head. It just feels like surround sounds. It just feels right.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Anyways, awful name, regardless. But anyways, it was just a two-piece, and me and this kid named Liam Monge, we made songs, and Liam was always so good at writing songs, and I think that's kind of what like motivated me because my second band, we were called C I to I, like CI to I, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And all that was just a cover band. But I remember like longing for the original music so much whenever like we would play in CI to I. It's like, I don't know, covers are great and everything, and playing covers behind a drum kit, like that's fine, that's fun and dandy. But like you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not putting your own input out into the world, you know? Like, there's this saying that I shared a while back on Instagram, and I feel like I just have to say this real quick. Sorry, I'm gonna be on my phone.
You're good, man. You're good.
But I just want to share this because I feel like this is something that we don't think a lot about as a society. Uh, as I try to find that real quick. Oh, here it is. I think it's pretty shitty how baseline human activities like singing, dancing, and making art got turned into skills instead of being seen as behaviors. So now it's like the point of doing them is to get good at them, and it's not like this is just a thing that humans do, like the way that birds sing and the way that bees make hives. And I just think that is very profound.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
anyways,
I
I'm
love
going
that,
down a
dude.
rabbit hole.
No, man, go
But
down it. I love that. That's sick.
but yeah, dude. So like I was always longing for original music, and then thank God, like Hang Your Hate came along, and I met Brant, and I finally got to put my own spin on the world, you know. And and I feel like I'm always very passionate about the things I sing about. Don't necessarily know what they mean all the time. Like I feel like I will write down a lyric that just seems right. It feels right. It's supposed to be there, but I have no idea what it. But then sometimes like I'll figure out what that lyric means like later on in life. It's weird. Anyway.
Yeah, dude. So I'm gonna kind of backtrack here to talking about how this is like my first interview, and you talked about how I could in the future do with other bands and stuff. And I've had like smaller bands like reach out to me, not even just from like Colombia and stuff, but just all over the world. Right. And they're always like, "Hey, dude, you want to interview me?" Which that's always been kind of like turned me off. Is like asking me to interview is kind of weird. But I've never, right. No one ever really like motivated me to want to do it. But like shortly after like listening to your guys' music and meeting you and stuff and talking to you over the phone and stuff, one thing is like your lyricism, man, really is always has spoken to me over these past few months, and just your whole character. And so that's what made me even ask you in the first place and just kind of shoot my shot. Honestly, I thought you were going to say no, to be honest.
No. I think like one personal rule I have with Hang Your Hate is like, I just don't want to push uncomfortable or bullshit agendas on like our fans or like the people that enjoy us, I guess. So like what I mean by that is like me asking you like, hey, you should interview me because it's going to be, well, I guess I did ask you to do the Red Yarn review.
That's different.
But Red Yarn
was
different. Important. Thank you for saying
it's so different because I had already done Sharp Pains willingly. It's like super different, right. Super different.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like you're just not being a true, genuine artist if you're out there going like, hey, like, can you do this for me? Like, I feel like that just wouldn't feel good in my heart if I asked you like, hey, can you interview me? It'd be like super good for the brand.
Right.
Instead of just like letting these things happen organically.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what you have to do.
Right. Yeah, man. I completely understand that. But I was just saying that's like, I definitely wanted you to be my first interview on this channel, even if I never do one again in the future. Like I definitely wanted to do this. So
dude, that is super nice, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
All right. So you were raised on Phobia. What is your favorite album of all time?
I keep talking about Every Time I Die, but Low Teens by Every Time I Die is one of my favorite albums, but that's hardcore. If I was gonna give you like a Phobia-esque album, it has to be OG 3 Days Grace. It has to be.
1X is my favorite 3 Days album, personally.
Yeah. I mean, and trust me, like it's fucking solid. Oh, dude, I gotta show you something. Hold up. I'll send it to you over Messenger too. Where are my photos? I just got a new phone, so all my apps are like everywhere. But we played the Uptown Theater the other night with Oxymorons. It was this surprise show.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
When I say Uptown Theater, I mean Encore. It's like this little bar connected to the Uptown.
Yeah, I've been there.
Like, yeah, it's a cool room. But anyways, every time we play there, I always like to sneak into the big auditorium and then go in their backstage area and like snoop around. But what's cool, I don't know why I'm like that. But anyways, but I was snooping around with Dylan, our bass player, and I found this 3 Days Grace poster on the wall because like in the back hallway behind the stage, it's just rows and rows of like old concert posters.
Huh.
Like they had like a Seether. What was that tour? What's that album they came out with around like 2017? I would say like Perish the Pariah or something. Do you
Yes,
remember?
something with a P. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But they had that tour poster on there. They had Glassjaw. They just so many good stand-up comedians too. Like that
Yeah.
was sick. But anyways, what I'm trying to show you, this was September 9th of 2007. That was on the wall there.
That's sick,
And that's
dude.
yeah, and it was like signed.
Huh. That's
Yeah, it
awesome.
says thanks to Uptown. But yeah, dude, I just love like OG original shit like that. It's so good.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like vintage type,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
history, especially something we like really care about. I guess I don't know. I feel like I'm already know who you're gonna answer with this question, but I feel like there is a difference as someone who talks about music a lot with other people in comment sections and stuff. I feel like there's a huge difference between the word best and favorite. I feel people really get those
Okay.
words mixed up. So I always try to answer questions and stuff in a like the literal way people say them. So like if you ask me who the best whoever this is, I'd immediately think of who my favorite is, but I try to be more into like the actual questions. So, in your eyes, who is the best metal vocalist of all time? Not your favorite. Who is like
Dude,
subjectively the best?
I will say this. I saw Slaughter to Prevail a while back,
Oh.
and his name's Alex Terrible, right?
Yep.
He is pretty
How,
undeniable.
how does he project his voice that far in a low scream? Because I don't know if you know, but I make my own music, if you can call it that. It's fucking
I've
really.
been meaning to check that out. I'm sorry. I haven't.
Don't. You keep your ears, please. Keep your ears. But I'm an aspiring. I'm more of a songwriter than vocalist, but I don't have a like love for wanting to find my own band and stuff. I kind of want to keep it like a solo thing. But
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking about this now, but I think I'm a pretty good songwriter, but I'm still working on my vocals a lot. And that's something about Alex Terrible is I do like low screams from time to time. How the fuck does he get them that loud? Because I can't do that shit. Like if I'm doing a low scream on a breakdown in one of my songs, I gotta be right up in that mic to make it sound like it's even there. You know?
So I was sitting. Have you ever been to the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater
No,
in St. Louis?
no, I'm not.
No. So I saw that Five Finger Death Punch tour because somebody gave me a free ticket. And dude, like I'm not a huge Five Finger Death Punch fan. I don't hate them, but like I was just like, dude, it's a free ticket, and it was a VIP box seat too. So I was like,
Okay.
I gotta go to that.
Yeah.
So and also I saw Manson. That shit was nuts.
Oh
I like
wow.
I know that Marilyn Manson is a very very controversial person, but you would he put on a great show. Is all
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah.
But anyways, Alex Terrible. This motherfucker, I'm watching him. He drops his mic and just starts screaming at the crowd, and I could hear him.
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen those videos. I'm like, how is he getting it that like do you like know what technique he uses? Is it false
no,
chord scream? Like I don't even
I honestly need to be smarter about my own voice, and I need to be researching these things, but I don't. But yeah, I couldn't tell you.
okay. Yeah, I assume you do a fry scream, right? Like especially in like Brand New Nightmare, like those screams, like those fries on those screams. I will say I love Sharp Pains, dude. That song is fucking great. But out of the songs you guys played live, Brand New Nightmare, like in the least disrespectful way possible. I don't know how to make this sound not like a shitty thing, but
Yeah.
I need a live recording of Brand New Nightmare because the studio version doesn't hit like that live did, dude. Like
That's
that
fair.
that
That's fair to
live
say.
shit, like holy fuck, when you would scream Brand New Nightmare, I felt that in my fucking chest, man. It's good. It's good shit.
Dude. So we just played with Oxymorons the other night, and we've been getting ready for our EP release show on the 26th at Rose, right? But me and Brent have been practicing this thing of like so I actually do get behind the kit for Brand New Nightmare now. So
Wow.
me and Brent will switch spots. So then he sings the rest of Brand New.
That's sick.
So I won't be doing the fries. I mean, like, I'll probably do it again, like, someday, but, like, for now, just have fun.
I
Like, we're
mean,
just gonna switch it.
you could even set up a mic on the drum kit and just have it the volume lower and just layer those vocals. That'd be cool.
Good idea. That's a good
Yeah,
idea,
that's
actually.
sick though.
But
Did,
yeah, Post Profit. Sorry,
no, you're good. You're good. Go go.
but Post Profit, they all use their own mics, like which like I find inspiring because right now in Hang Your Hate, it's just Ryan, me, and Luke. But I kind of want to get it to a point to where like all five of us have one, and like maybe not doing like crazy harmonies, but it's like you can come in and back up like whatever
Yeah,
you want.
yeah. I mean,
But
like, go ahead, dude.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do it too much.
No. Honestly, I was done. So you
Okay.
go on.
I already forgot what I was gonna say now. But
My bad.
dude, I'm really proud of myself for how I ordered these questions. I didn't really do it on purpose, but they kind of end up going hand in hand.
Yeah.
As a vocalist, do you prefer to sing or scream in any context, live or studio? Like what do you?
It just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like. Obviously, like, I love to scream, but I can't do it for too long. That's why Hang Your Hate, like, all of our songs are, like, pretty much, like, split up into, like, halfway screaming and singing, because it's, like, I love, like, hardcore. Honestly, like, if it wasn't for hardcore, like, I wouldn't be in Hang Your Hate.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said in the beginning of the interview, like, always thought that Hang Your Hate was gonna be a hardcore band, but then it's like, like, I would scream and scream, like, endlessly, and then my voice would start to give out, so then I would switch to singing, and it just kinda happened organically.
A good
It's
balance
like I
though.
need What's that?
It's a good balance though, especially for like
Exactly.
maybe fans who wouldn't just want all the screaming, right? And
Yeah.
I love screams, and I'm a sucker for melody, so that works out super cool for people
Oh,
like
dude,
people like me.
that's what I'm saying, like, and like I said, like, I love hardcore and I love ass beating music, but, like, dude, come on, tell me that, like, a good chorus doesn't
Yeah,
just, like, pump you up, bro. Like,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
but it's like you gotta have it, and honestly, like, I think that's what I like about this yacht rock so much right now. It's like, I feel like it always has, like, a good set in stone chorus. Anyways.
All right. So going back to kind of talking about writing songs, do you have like a specific location or like atmosphere that you like to be in when writing songs for Hang Your Hate? Or is it just kind of like you're walking down an aisle in Walmart and something pops in your head, put it in a notes? Because that's what I do. Like,
That's exactly how it is.
I've been writing since I was like 8 years old, and every time I like get a new phone, I get all of those notes onto my phone. So like on my notes in my phone, I have like certain different groups that are for like breakdown lyrics, or chorus lyrics, or different melodies and rhythms, go in voice memos and hum in a melody or whatever. But I don't. It is a rare thing where I've ever sat down and written a full song. They kind of always just get pieced together by different parts.
I think, yeah, I do the same thing, and I think that's pretty evident with my lyrics. Because like a lot, like one thing I'll say, when Sharp Pains came out, like there's a lot of people that were just like, it's good, but like I don't know what it's about, and like I'm not saying that I hate those people, but I just wish.
But I hate those people.
But like I just wish people would be more open to like interpretation instead of like spoon feeding you
Yeah.
like everything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but I will say this, like writing a story though, like you know how like country songs will like she's at a bar and that's like whatever the fuck, right? And it's like a story and you like I can't do that. I've
Okay.
tried and I feel like every single time I try, it's just like cornball. But like
Right.
I have respect for people that can do that though.
Yeah, I think I definitely have some songs that are like stories that are kind of like keep a whole cohesive meaning, but a lot of my lyrics and my songs are like definitely just like things that kind of sound like they go together. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah. All right. Okay. Fuck. I guess you already answered this. What's your favorite Hang Your Hate song?
Right now, it's called Cutting Tires.
I gotta react to that.
Dude, yeah, you're gonna react to the whole EP you said?
Yeah.
That would be super sick, man. But anyways, yeah, Cutting Tires right now, just because there's this lyric I have in there where I say termites live inside my life, taking walls. And
Ooh.
I think it's kind of lame to listen to like your own music like nonstop. But dude, I mean, the EP just came out yesterday. But dude, I'm telling you, like I've probably listened to that kind of entire song like 100 times,
That's sick, dude.
like total. But like I don't know. Honestly, that is kind of embarrassing to admit out loud. But I feel like if you're not making art that you don't enjoy, like how are you supposed to like have a good feeling about it? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta be able to listen to the music that I make because I like it. You know, you should yeah. I just said it. Like, you should only be making the things that you like.
I get it. Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I definitely feel like there's way too many like sellouts who are just making a type of music to cater to a certain audience instead of stuff that they themselves would like. So I get what you're putting down, man.
Those people scare me, bro. Whoever that is, I would like I don't have any examples on top of my head, but like I think we should take those people to some sort of institution and we should have them checked out. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, like what's even the point? Like why are you making art if you don't like it? Like you go make what you do like, you know? Like I'm sure you'll find that crowd that you the stuff that you like, you know?
But also, I do want to say this about that song "Cutting Tires." I'm not just listening to that song because of like my own lyric, and I'm obsessed with what I'm singing or anything. But I honestly just like love that song, and I'm so proud of our band. Like I don't know what it was, but we went in the studio for that one, and it just came together, dude. Like everyone had good input, everyone had such a killer part. I'm just proud. Like that's probably my favorite song off the EP too.
That's awesome.
Cutting Tires.
That's awesome, dude. I love that for you. So this is another question I have. This kind of leads into that. So you're obviously the vocalist of Hang Your Hate. What other parts do you play in the band? I assume you do a little bit of like the marketing. Do you make the art?
Yeah. So pretty much all of the art that you've ever seen for Hang Your Hate has been done by me, besides Sharp Pains. I actually hired somebody to do that.
Damn it. I was literally about to say, I love the work for Sharp Pains. You did so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so the Hang Your Hate logo, like, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. So this logo, like, I made that. Like, that was designed by me. But, yeah, the face, though, was done. His name's like Chetska or something, and he lives in Sweden. But he made that scribble face, and I saw it. And I was just like, dude, that is so fucking good.
Yeah,
it's like such a good.
It's good. It's very captivating. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So you do most of the artwork other than Sharp Pains. And do you write all of the lyrics?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are songs that are not out yet. There are songs that aren't out yet that have like there's input on them now.
Yeah.
Like I know Luke brought a song to the table and he pointed at me and he was like, "You cannot mess with these lyrics." He's like, "You can help me. You cannot." He's like, "You can make suggestions, but here's the general idea." And I'm just like, "Okay." Because like, you know, I've been selfish for way too long. It's time for me to like start letting my band be a part of that too, because that's what a band is, right? Like we all have input. And I've always said this from the beginning about Hang Your Hate, but like any band should be a melting pot. It's not like a dictatorship. It's like every single idea, everything that you want to do, like it should always like be melted down, and that's the product. Because that's the original. I don't know, that's just you.
That's a great way to put it, man. That's sick.
Yeah, it has to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, besides the people that are pandering, like we were just talking about. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So you do the lyrics other than a few songs that haven't been released, and you mentioned earlier about guitars. So you help write guitar work and stuff.
No. I've helped, like I've assisted Brent with like drum parts of like, how about you do this instead?
Okay.
And then those would. But when it comes to guitars, I guess like if I do give input to the guitar work, I have to sing it out loud. I'm like, no, do this instead. I don't fucking know. Like,
that's how I am, because I have a producer who makes my instrumentals for my songs, and I can't send him a tab of the riff I want him to do. I just got to be like, I want it to go like dun 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 dun. You know, like I need you to do this for me, please. Right. So if you had to get a feature from any vocalist on one of a Hang Your Hate song, who would it be?
I would like to get Matt from Post Profit on a song eventually. I would kind of like it to be someone that's not in the rock realm,
Okay.
but I'm just trying to like I think that would be cool. Like you know how Knocked Loose they brought
Poppy.
Poppy
Yeah.
in. Like it's I don't listen to Poppy, but I mean she's like pop, right?
So you need to listen to her new stuff. She has like she has an album coming out next month, and she had 4 singles out so far. I've reacted to 3 of them. There's a song called "They're All Around Us" by her. Go listen to that, and then ask if she's pop.
Okay, all right. I need to check it out.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know. This sounds stupid, but like I guess like I was just saying, like I would want to get a feature from someone that's out of the rock realm. Like I think like someone like Coulter Wall would be super crazy. Like Coulter Wall is like a country singer.
Yeah.
Like imagine that.
He's gonna
He's
gonna be at the Blue Note, right? I think I saw something about that.
He just played on 9th Street. Okay. Yeah. And dude, I would hate to say this, but that show was not good. And like they didn't do a bad job. The performers, like Coulter was amazing. But the sound was so quiet that like people like I was standing like at those 9th Street shows. Have you ever been to one?
No.
Dude, I'm like it's in front of the Blue Note on that street and it's packed. Like I want to say like you can put like 3,000 people on that street.
Damn.
So anyways, like Coulter Wall's playing or whatever, and I'm standing in the middle of the audience. I'm like weaseling my way because I can't hear it from like the entrance. And then like people were like booing at him and like this shit sucks. And like it was a real blow. But it wasn't the Blue Note's fault because like I have some friends there and they were basically telling me like the first 2 bands were great. And then Coulter Wall came up and apparently it was like his front house sound guy. I don't know. But it wasn't great. Yeah.
Oof. Can I be like 100% like real with you about something that like you can completely disagree with because you shared a stage with them? Kingdom Collapse, dude. I fucking hated them, dude. I absolutely hated them.
No, they're nice guys though.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I'm like obviously you got to separate like the artist from the music. Just like complete, like as an experience. Like I don't know. They're like the only band that I've seen live that I didn't enjoy it like at all. I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Of course. I know you can't. You would.
I like them a lot just because, like, I don't know, like the grind they put in is like fucking crazy. The very first time we played with Kingdom Collapse, we played with them twice now. We played with them with Saul. Do you know Saul?
Heard of, yeah.
Saul.
Yeah, I've heard of.
So we opened up for them at the old Rock House in St. Louis because Miles Claiborne, shout out Miles, he was the drummer for Saul, no longer a part of Saul. But also, Miles Claiborne lives here in Columbia. He's a part of a new band called Left on Red. Please check them out. They're sick.
So, strange story. I've actually gotten connected with Left on Red because of you guys. I'm so bad with names. So, green hair. I believe he's the bassist. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Anthony Plummer.
So I have actually we both go to the same Planet Fitness, and I had met him like several times at the gym, and then he at the Hang Your Hate show of St. Asonia. He was in front of me in line, and I was like, yo, I know that guy. He goes to the gym. And then like after the show, Left on Red started coming up on my Facebook, and I'm like, that guy is so familiar. Oh, that's that guy. And he actually joined one of my Twitch streams one time when I was taking song requests, and he had me listen to some Left on Red songs. So that was a cool cool little connection there.
Nice. Yeah. We went on a weekend run with them. We played Des Moines Lefties, and then the next day Left on Red, shout out Miles, bro, he got us on this really sick festival. It's called the Northwoods Rock Rally, and we played the last day with Left on Red. Like I think we had like a slot in like midday because like nobody knows Hang Your Hate, like, so it's honestly like that show was a lot of fun because like it's a campground essentially. So like people that are staying there, they're just like getting drunk all day and they're partying, and like you made like a lot of cool connections that way. But what sucks is that like nobody even knew who we were. Like, so it's like one day, like hopefully that'll change. but anyways, like we didn't have a lot of people watching us, but it was a blast. And
Yeah.
shout out Miles. Left on Red had a huge crowd because Miles was the drummer for Saul, and like Saul would play that festival a lot, so like people just kind of like knew who he was. But yeah, Miles kills it. Anyways, what was I talking about before the
my rude interruption.
No.
I mean, you're talking about Kingdom Collapse. You've been on shows twice.
So the first time we played with them, once again, was at the Old Rock House with Saul, and that was a very rough set for us. And like, I'm not gonna get into it, but like sometimes you just have bad shows. That was one of them. And I remember looking at Kingdom Collapse afterwards, and I'm like trying to talk to them, like trying to be cool. And then like I was like, "Hey, we're gonna be playing with you guys again." And then I remember like one of their guys was just like, "Oh." And then that was the Saint Asonia show, right? But then actually we got some praise from them after that set. They were just like, okay, like you guys are good. That was just like and like honestly that was just a rough night, dude. That's all I can say about
it
that.
happens. It happens, dude.
Yeah. But yeah. But you know, that show definitely gave us a chip on our shoulder to like go to the Saint Asonia show and prove something.
Yeah. You guys did. Like I say this in like not trying to like, you know, suck up to you in any way. Like Adam Gontier, 3 Days Grace, huge love, inspiration of mine for a long time. And obviously I was so excited for that show. But coming out of that show, you guys were genuinely the fucking highlight for me. Like discovering you guys through that show, like we enjoyed your set the whole way through, start to finish. Like obviously Saint Asonia was fucking incredible, but like when I think back on that show, I think about you guys. I don't think about Saint Asonia. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw Saint Asonia. That was pretty cool. But I'm like, damn, I saw Hang Your Hate.
That's huge, man. Thank you for saying that. That is very nice.
Yeah.
But dude, so my childhood best friend, shout out Colton York. I don't know if you'll ever listen to this, but I got him into 3 Days Grace in like 6th grade or whatever. And then, like, dude, and like when Saint Asonia came out, like we were just obsessed with that self-titled album. We would listen to it all the damn time. And I remember the day that we got put on that Saint Asonia show. Colton was the first guy I texted, and I was like, dude, I got some pretty big news. And he immediately responded with, "You're opening up for Saint Asonia, aren't you?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like,
"How did that come about, man? How did that connection pull through?"
The Blue Note just really fucks with us, I think. Like, and because like we play Rose a lot, and like I think we're just cool with the staff there, and they hooked us up. Because as soon as I saw it, dude, I immediately hit up that booking email, and I was like, if there's any way for us to get on this bill, like it's Hang Your Hate, it has to be. And luckily they pulled through. Well, and it was the same scenario with the Nothing More show. I tried very, very hard to get on that, just because like Post Profit was playing it too, and you know, like we're pretty good friends with them at that point. But yeah, Eva Under Fire got it, which is like I love those guys too. We actually played that festival with them in Wisconsin. Yeah,
I was actually super impressed with them, and my girlfriend obviously loved them a lot because it's a female singer, so she enjoyed that a lot. But like, if you guys would have been there instead of them, that would have been so fucking cool. That would have been sick.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you just don't always get that chance, which is like it's all good. Like that's just the way the industry works, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but yeah, I think about the Saint Asonia show a lot, and like I don't feel like I bask in it or anything, but like dude, honestly, that was probably the biggest moment of my life ever.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it definitely has to be like even bigger than like my graduation. Like, who gives a fuck about that, right? No, but yeah, I mean, like I would say in like anybody's life, like graduation is probably like your biggest moment. You know, you're an adult now, but like opening up for Saint Asonia, dude, that was monumental for sure.
Dude, yeah. I remember getting like you gave like a little like speech. I don't know if it was like the end of your set or like in the middle, but you were talking about how like growing up loving Adam Gontier and everything. And like I remember that like giving me goosebumps. Like I was like, damn, like I know this is a smaller band, and like I like hadn't even spoken to you before, and I just looking at you and the rest of the guys, I was like, damn, they lived a crazy moment just now. Like that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope that one day we'll get to maybe go on a tour with them because Kingdom Collapse, they went on a full run with them, and I want to figure out how to do that. It's like how do we get there?
I hope I didn't
Really?
offend you in any way by saying that about Kingdom Collapse. It wasn't. I'm not
Oh,
not in a malicious way at all. Like I'm not a hater of any kind. Like it was still an entertaining show. It's just I just wanted to be upfront about you with that because you were talking about someone that you didn't have a great experience with seeing live. But
right. Yeah, they're great though. But that first time we opened up for them, I know that we definitely left a bad taste in their mouth. But yeah, I wish I was closer with those guys because they're all super nice. But it's just one of those things of you meet them and then you go on your way.
right.
But yeah, super cool homies.
Okay, I got one more question for you, buddy. I've enjoyed this whole thing. I'd love to sit here and talk to you all day, but I'm sure you got stuff to
How
do.
long have we been going for?
It's an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible. Yeah.
So my last question is, what is the big picture for Hang Your Hate Man? Is it just to release EPs for a decade, or is it to play festivals, sell out arenas someday? What's the big picture?
Big picture, man. I would really. Well, I envision. I more so I can see it. I can see the possibility of it in my mind, and that's how you manifest. But anyways, I can totally see Hang Your Hate going on tours and opening it up for bands like Post Profit, Nothing More, uh, Saint Asonia, or it should, dude. Maybe even 3 Days Grace 2X if those times start to get right. You know what I mean? Like, but as far as arenas, dude, I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
Like,
Cool.
I know the rest of my band would probably say differently. Like, why wouldn't you want to play an arena? But for me, dude, as long as I can just play rooms like the Blue Note or Rose, even for the rest of our lives, and we still bring a crowd that enjoy it, that's all I care for. And also festivals, absolutely. Because I feel like that already is your taste of an arena, right?
Yeah.
It's you go there and you have so many fucking people in front of you. I mean, I can see that for sure.
I don't think it'll be long till you guys are playing fucking Louder Than Life, man. Shit like that. You guys are gonna be on that shit. Promise.
That's very nice, man. I appreciate it. But when it comes to EPs and stuff, no. We'll probably do one more EP, and then I know our guitarist Ryan always talks about a concept album, so maybe we'll get to working on that.
Dude, with the production of that Red Yarn music video, that left me wanting a big storyline from you guys. I could see a whole a concept album being built with every song having a little short film music video. I could genuinely see that, man. I can see that.
Really, all Red Yarn is about is just my own paranoid thoughts, and that's basically just what the fuck the music video is. And yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I could pull something out of my ass. I haven't really given it much thought though. But that would be a fun avenue to explore. I think building on to the Red Yarn story.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got for you today, man. I really appreciate you sitting down here with me and talking. And I'm sure we talked a little bit longer than expected, but maybe we'll do this again someday. Sorry, it's not so professional, first time, but it was a good time just chatting.
Very good time.
Yeah.
Next time though, we need to be more like Joe Rogan and just slam 20 Bud Lights.
Yeah.
And really get in the weeds.
Hey, maybe we'll go kayaking and do that. All right. We'll do
yes,
that.
Dude, imagine a camera crew following us down the river.
Just attach a GoPro to each kayak.
Yeah.
Can definitely do that. All right, man. Well, I really appreciate you. Maybe I'll do that EP reaction sometime. I don't know when. There's a lot going on, but I'll definitely do a full reaction. Honestly, I could even do a discography reaction, react to your guys' whole thing in one sitting.
Oh, and also I'm not trying to just keep talking, but I think that you should keep doing these interviews because you're good at it. So
all right, man.
I'm glad that I was the first one, dude, and it didn't feel awkward. And I'm not saying that was something that I was scared of, but I hope that you keep exploring this, and hopefully you'll get some really big people on here. I believe it. I see the vision, bro.
I'd love to,
Yeah.
man. But in like the least like I don't know egotistical way, like I really want to help your guys' band and like not like you need it, but like from the moment I saw you guys live, I remember like meeting you at the desk after the show, and I told you like you guys are gonna be big someday, and I want to like pitch in as much as I possibly can. Obviously, I'm not some huge success or anything, but I got some fans, right? And I want to drive your guys' name as much as I can and just be able to say that I was here at the beginning and I helped out a little bit, you know?
Fuck yeah, dude. No, and we appreciate it because I mean, really, like, whenever you are an independent artist, like, you're just trying everything. You're throwing everything at a wall and seeing what sticks, and like, it doesn't go unnoticed whenever people help out with that process too. It's just it's super important. Like, if you really want to be something, like, you have to have like fans and people in your corner. And
Yeah, man.
but I don't know.
You guys got me though.
But
You guys got me.
we appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Always feel free in the future to, reach out if you guys want me to react to something or need help with anything of any kind. Not that I can really offer any help, but I'm always down to share your guys' songs or whatever. So,
Right.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
One thing you will learn about me, I'm really, really bad at outros. I just don't know when to stop, and I don't know how to end it. So I'm going to need your help with this one.
How do we do it? We should. I don't know. Oh, okay. So I'll do this. I'll just plug what I have going on.
Yes.
So
yes.
Basically, Hang Your Hate. We just dropped our very first debut EP. It's called Greater Picture Paranoia. 6 songs, 6 juicy bangers. We hope that you guys love them. As for future shows, we'll be playing the Blue Note again in December. I forget the December 21st with Shaman's Harvest. There's some local rock stars, really, like they used to tour with Nickelback and stuff. But we'll be opening up for them, and honestly, that's it, man. I think all the other shows that we have in the pipeline are unannounced, so I don't feel like I can talk about them.
Okay.
But and also one more, I'm sorry. And then also go follow us on Hang Your Hate. Oh, go follow us on Instagram at Hang Your Fucking Hate. That's our
I'll leave all the links down in the description. Leave all the links. It was a great time, man. We'll do it again someday. Maybe your next EP, we'll do another one of these and try and promote it a little bit. Never know.
Oh yeah.
I really appreciate you, buddy.
All right, dude. I'll see you around.
See you, bro.